Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Libra celebrities, and in this segment, I'm going to be using examples of people that have celebrities that have a Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Ascendant as well. Anyway, well, first off, one celebrity that really comes to mind as far as the zodiac sign Libra goes is former host of America's Most Wanted, John Walsh, who has a Libra Moon. The show was dedicated to capturing and apprehending dangerous fugitives. Now, if I'm not mistaken, John Walsh was inspired to do this because his son was killed, and because of this too. Now, I mean, this Libra is a zodiac sign strongly associated with justice and the law. Now, the fact that John Walsh's moon is in Libra can suggest that justice and the law, anything pertaining to those subjects, are strong emotional needs. Now, his Capricorn sun, I think, may have factored in as to why this was pursued with relentlessness and single-minded purpose, given the fact his sun sign is in Capricorn. I couldn't find his rising sign because his time was not available online, so at least when I researched it anyway. So anyway, now his crusade in capturing fugitives even continues now with his new show entitled The Vault. Now, also, what I want to talk about is okay, I've talked previously in other videos how actors and actresses may often be drawn and pulled toward roles that correspond with their astrological energies, even if it's on a subconscious level. In other cases, it can be a conscious level, I think. Now, I think the following example is certainly no exception. Now, many of you remembered the sitcom called Night Court. Harry Anderson played a judge on that television show, and on that show, I mean, anything with attorneys and in the law. I mean, I should say anything connected with the law, and including being a judge, is associated with the zodiac sign Libra. Now, I thought on the show he did play a judge that was very equitable, fair, and diplomatic, and he showed, I mean, obviously those qualities strongly resonate with the zodiac sign Libra, and actor Harry Anderson has his sun sign in Libra. Now, some other examples, I mean, fairly, I'd say, prolific television judge, Judge Judy has her sun in Libra. If I'm not mistaken, at least when I had researched it last time, Ed Koch has his, and he was on, I think it was The People's Court or something. There was some television show where he had played a judge, and he has a Libra ascendant. So anyway, now another example of how you talk about celebrities, I mean actors and actresses being connected often with roles that on TV that portray, project a lot of their astrological energies. Now, look at, I think Libra Ascendant actor Sam Waterston is another good example of this. Many of you may know, I don't know if he still plays this role or not. I know he had at least played an attorney on the series Law and Order, and I don't know if he is still on the series or not, but I know he at least had been on there. And I mean, on the show, he shows somebody that really somewhat hard-nosed, acerbic, and surly. But at the same time, I mean, he does listen to what other people have to say, and I think is fair-minded in his own quiet way. Now, Libra also, the zodiac sign Libra is also associated with negotiation and compromise. And you would see him constantly doing this in rooms with the defendants as far as negotiating plea deals, and negotiation also is something associated with Libra. Now, the person, and of course those would be the people he would be prosecuting against. Now, another thing about the zodiac sign Libra and a connection with celebrities, that, okay, you look at the zodiac sign Libra is often associated with beauty, being ruled by Venus. Now, two Libra rising women that come to mind, in my opinion, epitomize very strong beauty and really show that Libra attractiveness. One is renowned singer Crystal Gayle, who has Libra rising. Another person, and Crystal Gayle Obviously very beautiful and great singer, of course, and of course singing, that is associated with Venus in the arts, and of course Venus rules Libra, which is her ascendant. And another person that comes to mind is, is Lynda Carter, actress Lynda Carter, who played Wonder Woman, and on the show, as Wonder Woman, she played somebody that was, of course, a superhero and would be on a crusade to stop criminal activity. Now, fighting crime and abhorring injustice is also associated with Libra. Now, another example, and this is real and not acting, okay. Former prosecutor and TV journalist / legal commentator Nancy Grace likely has her sun sign in Libra depending on birth time, and she strikes me as someone that fights this perpetual battle for justice and fairness. And air signs are also known to be articulate and eloquent and often have very good literary ability, which she does. And she speaks in a very verbose manner and obviously has an extensive vocabulary. Now, air signs are noted for their speaking and communication abilities. Despite her somewhat abrupt manner, well, she likely is a sun in Libra, and she still listens to what the other person does have to say. And however, she does have Mars conjunct her sun, and so I think this is part of the reason that can make her much more outspoken and forthright than the typical likely sun in Libra individual. Now, I also have noticed that Nancy Grace is very strongly sensitive in matters associated with children. I think a lot of this can be attributed to the fact she has her moon in Cancer, and of course, it's in its dignity, and I think this is where you see her sensitivity that comes in very strongly. Now, her Mercury in Scorpio can give incisiveness in speech, and her Mercury, interestingly enough, makes a tight square to her natal Uranus. This could suggest she could be somewhat unpredictable and shocking in speech at times. Now, want to get to someone else too. Now, NFL quarterback Tom Brady has a Libra Ascendant. He strikes me as somebody that is very balanced and fair-minded with his teammates. I'm sure he disperses and distributes the ball often very evenly. Of course, you're going to give it more to people that are more prominent and more talented on the team, such as tight end Rob Gronkowski. But Tom Brady always seems to be very engaging, cordial, amiable, and diplomatic with reporters, and demonstrates often very good people skills. And he comes across to me as very reticent and modest. And one time when he was when some reporter was talking to him, reporters were talking to him, he had actually deferred to Peyton Manning being a smarter quarterback than him. And it's interesting. The thing about him is that Tom Brady, has a Libra Ascendant but has a Leo Sun, so it seems like you could maybe make an argument it could be a rather reticent and humble person hiding somebody that might be a little bit more boastful inwardly. So anyway, I think his charming facade hides that Leo energy a lot, but don't get me wrong, anybody that's seen Tom Brady does have a very fiery temperament and spirit, and he has not just the sun in Leo, a fire sign, he has his moon also in an air sign I would say maybe competitive. You could say competitive. No, maybe I would say it's like, the way to describe it is air. His moon sign is Aries, but I would say moon and Aries can be very competitive. Competition, I think, could be a strong emotional need for a moon and Aries people, and of course, they can thrive on combat and really and perhaps even things connected with sports, and I think this really resonates with him very strongly. And anyone that's seen Tom Brady, he definitely does have that fiery side to him. I've seen him throwing his helmet on the field before. I think a lot of it is done to inspire his teammates, but I do see the fiery element to his personality come out very strongly, and a lot of that is attributed to his sun in Leo and his moon in Aries. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Libra celebrities. Stay tuned next time where I'll be talking about Scorpio celebrities. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.